Here is a quick update on the case. So everything that transpired went through as far as the trial. So now we are on to the 6th District Court of Appeals. The thing that I take understanding in is that greater is he that is within me than he that is within the world. And remembering the types of persecution that all of our brethren and sisters have gone through and continue to go through throughout the world. When it comes to standing on the principles of your faith, what am I standing on? Hey, you've got statutes and laws that say you have not shown why you, judge, allowed the attorney to completely disregard due process. But in addition to that, say, hey, you know what? You are able to change the children's last name. That's a good idea. Say, how does that go with best interest of the child? 61.13. And there is case law that says you have not shown an overwhelming amount of evidence to prove why that's in the child's best interest. One of the other things that they're petitioning for is saying, hey, this guy who lost everything because of this wicked act by this wicked woman, Derry said, you need to pay this excessive amount of made up child support based upon your income from 2020 to 2024, when our statutes say you can't use anything past 5 years. They don't want to look at the past 5 years because after my Achilles tendon rupture in 2019 and then COVID hit and then my daughter got leukemia, the mom was the one that was making the majority of the income while I continued to hold everything down at home and be bedside. One of the other things that they're saying is, hey, as a matter of fact, that GoFundMe that he did to get the car to make sure he could take his daughter to her chemo appointments while the mom sat back and said, what you get for me? While she had another car that wasn't in use or even needed. Oh, yeah, we're going to take all of that money and say that that's something that needs to be divided. Even though the order says, hey, both people get to keep their cars. 100% of those funds went to get the vehicle for the kiddo. There's another thing that they're saying, because when the evidence was submitted for, hey, here are the financial statements and records and blah, 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 it was a personally drafted item by the attorney, who's a very dark guy. Let me get out of here because all of these mosquitoes. A little hot out in Florida today. But in addition to, hey, this is how much money you owe, it was done with fraud. And I was able to actually prove that there is fraud against the court and intrinsic fraud. What do I mean? So 4 days after the first trial, there's something called a HELOC, home equity line of credit, that was taken out for over $102,000 by yours truly, the petitioner, who says, I am not in a supportive relationship with anyone. I'm not pregnant, and I am in need of money. That's what she's saying or said. And I believe a lot of these people around her are continuing to egg on the situation, not only for financial profit, but also because they're in the same type of coven, so to speak, if not very literally. So, hey, we get to change the kid's last name. Matter of fact, you should owe child support in arrears with this document, based upon this document that was using income from 2020 to 2014, which is not lawful, based upon our statutes here in Florida, Polk County, technically the whole state of Florida. Then the other thing is, hey, I need money. This is what she's saying. But then also, June 11th, public record, buys a $1 million house in St. Pete. The reason I say this is when God shows me that it's persecution is because I'm standing on the principles. I could just say, you know what, just let her have it. I'll just suck it up, like a lot of these giving up men have done. I'm trying to be nice with the words because sometimes we turn into little wimps when there's a fight and it doesn't seem like we're getting it our way. This is why we have to surrender it to Yahweh. Submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. So many times people want to resist the devil, but they don't want to submit to God. Back to the story. So here's the update. When all of this money, I was able to show, hey, here's fraud. Matter of fact, motion to disqualify counsel because now he's a witness. Now this judge, this brand new young lady, 2 years on the bench, she's in a predicament. It's like, do I kind of admit that I messed up or double down? So of course she's doubling down. Any motion that I file is getting not necessarily denied, but there's denial. Any motion that the opposing side files is automatically going through. There's no due process on my side, so that's why I had to take it to the 6th District Court of Appeal so they can see what I've been saying and what a lot of you have been seeing and saying I do believe that it's a necessity to get exposure on this, from DeSantis to our Attorney General to everybody else, not because they're the help, but because when it comes to bullies and evil people, they always cower and run when you shed light on them. They're like roaches. You have to shed light on the bullies. Furthermore, one of the things that they're threatening is saying, hey, you can't file anything else. And this is what happens when you rubber stamp orders as a judge and allow opposing counsel to draft it for you. Hey, if you file anything else, you have a writ of bodily attachment, which means we're going to put you in jail for 7 days minimum. Matter of fact, you can't file anything else without the court approving it ahead of time. So you want to completely hush everything and violate due process. Everything is public record, ladies and gentlemen. I don't lie. There's no reason to. I've been truthful for a very long time. I just don't find any purpose in lying. So everything I say can be verified. Get me a little glaze out here. The thing that I need is exposure. I don't mind being not the scapegoat. I don't mind being the face, because I've been tested in the fire, and I know that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had God show up, and he'll show up for me. Even if he didn't, I still won't bow. I think that's where they misunderstood or did not calculate properly what exactly they were going up against. You see, if it was something simple that did not include faith and testimony and standing on the truth as a child of God, probably would have had a little easy victory or easy case to go away. But another reason that we as parents cannot just turn over and heal to these people is because the children, we are called to advocate for those who are defenseless, to those who are appointed to die, to widows, we are supposed to intercede for them. So how could I, as a good father, say, oh, your mother just has all this money. I'm tired of fighting. This is too hard. The judges are corrupt. The system's corrupt. The whole world's been corrupt since Adam. Come on, since Adam fell. Now, that was the whole purpose for Christ coming to save mankind. So understand that I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble or bellyache, but I do know that I'm in a position and a point now that is pivotal. And the other side is saying, oh crap, this guy's not going away. And he recognizes what we've done. We need him to be quiet. You see, perfect love casts out fear. And the only way you can experience that perfect love is from the one who has perfection, Jesus Christ. So that love I have experienced, continue to experience. Therefore, I have no fear. That's something that the world does not understand. Those who follow darkness do not understand it. Their little crystals and their sage and their shamanism and whatever else, they don't understand it. They don't understand why if you hit a righteous man and he falls 7 times, he'll still get back up. But the wicked fall by calamity. I ain't trying to preach to you. That's the update on the case. Some people wonder, like, why can't you guys just talk it out? Like, gee, I think that's a brand new idea that I haven't thought of since 2022. It's stupid. We're dealing with principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and folks who just don't like me because I follow Christ. Never cheat on her, never hit her, never cursed at her, never beat her, never done any other things that some of these unhealed women would say, well, he must have done something. Haven't done anything. Like literally, hey, okay, you want to go? That's your choice, go. And this person who is now, once again, here's the perjury from the record, pregnant, cohabitating, and just bought $1 million house with the person that she's not getting support from. This is a hot mess, but I'm so glad that it's me and not someone else. Let me rephrase that. It's me as the face. So many others are going through it. And I take full understanding and awareness that I am to pick up my cross and follow him, especially for the people who have checked out and unalived themselves because of stuff like this. It's with these mosquitoes. And then it's for the people that will go through this and need to know that not only is there a way out, but there is the way, Yahweh, who will take care of it all. So continue to, if you follow Christ, keep us in prayer, me and my kiddos. The judge that we're going up against is Judge Raquel Williamson. The attorney is William Hill Kelly. Pretty sure he's a junior. Who else we got? We had the previous attorney that I had who just handed over the case to him, made a hot mess of it, didn't even let me know about hearings to kind of manufacture some of the mess that we're in today. That was Jim Headley. I do not recommend that guy. Probably the best intentions as a human being, but I've learned he's got a little bit of a reputation for withdrawing at the last minute and not really doing work. That is not defamation. That is not slander. That is something that is well known within his own professional community. So I would enjoy it and appreciate it if you continue to, one, keep us in prayer, and then two, bug whoever else you can to share the message. I really would love to hear and see what DeSantis and our Attorney General would have to say about the violations, the blatant violations of due process and complete disregard to our statutes and making judgments based upon bias and likely fear. I will see you when I see you. God bless you. Thank you.